and they created I think it's a lemon seltzer.
Oh, that is funny.
Yeah. So when life throws you lemons, make a lemon seltzer.
So we have a lot of familiar names in here, some new ones that I haven't seen before. Felix is here. Janice is here. Janice was the first one to order from us on our merch store.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that great job on that store. That's I like those shoes. I saw some shoes posted on the timeline. They look really cool.
Yes, I will be showcasing those today. I just had to remove them from the homepage for right now. But we'll be talking about the merch store during our little deck today. But so let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to welcome everybody to our January 2021 AMA. A lot of familiar names. We've got Decent Crypto here. We got Margaret. We got Tomer, John, Monica, Felix. Even Demeter is always here. Whenever we have these AMAs, we always have Demeter with us.
Yeah.
Madam AK as usual. Kelly's here. Hi, Kelly.
Greetings.
Nice to see Kelly and Nick and Josh and everybody else who came in. Believe it or not, we had 30 registrations and we have 27 people here.
Getting a high percentage of attendance here.
Starting to love that. So we are going to talk about a few things, as we always do. Our project status. You guys can see the next slide, right?
Yep.
Okay. We'll talk about our project status, where we are as a team as of right now. Again, talking about project marketing, as that's always one of the big questions. And then, of course, we have a chat with our CEO, who is always glad to be here, even though he doesn't always share his video, and with anybody else that you have questions with. Remember that whenever you ask your questions, you can ask them either in the chat or you can ask them in the question panel, and we will do our best to answer them during the Q&A section. Sometimes we get duplicate questions. We can't always answer those, so just bear with us. We will, of course, release the questions and answers like we do every time after the session is over. Otherwise, let's kick it off. Chris, what's our project status?
Man, project status. We are making lots of headway. As you know, we had our developer meeting yesterday, and we're going into the point where we're going to be turning off the blockchain soon, where everybody's filling out their form. The deadline was, today, tomorrow. People have been asking if we can extend the deadline, and we really want to get the forms filled out, so we want to stick with the deadline. But I think there's a misconception that you need to know about the whole new tokenomics in order to fill out the form, and the answer is no. You don't have to wait. Just fill out the form and let us know. And maybe some people might argue, well, we want to know the new tokenomics before we fill out the form. And I think that it's a simple answer is whether you want to double your G Fuel, or if you don't and you want to cash out once we launch the new contract, we'll completely cash you out all of your points, all of your G Fuel and everything. So don't wait, just fill out the form today and get that done. So we're ending that and moving forward with the project there and getting ready for our new beta of the complete new app. And as you know, Philip, yesterday we had a demo of that. I think you had queued up maybe a video clip or two to show the community. I'm not sure about that.
I do have our video from that time. I can mute it. That way it doesn't get so loud. And I can skip forward to a few points that are in there. This was when we were talking. I'm just not sure if my player will scrub to where I want it to go.
Okay. Yeah, and I didn't know if you had that queued up or not, but that was exciting to see, the progress that the developers are making. They're on track to deliver that. And of course, that has the new designs. Everything is really streamlined. So, there was a couple things we were struggling with our existing web and mobile applications, with some of the bugs and some of the things that people have been complaining about. All of those are fixed in the new app. And so everything's done really clean and with the new design. So we're excited to be releasing that. And we're excited to be moving into that phase to where we have this really streamlined, clean design and app that actually has fixed most of the bugs, if not all of the bugs that I've seen, and it's super fast. So
yeah, it's really fast. They did a great job on that, both mobile and otherwise. They did a great job on it. What is wrong with my screen? Everything is selected. Oh, there we go. So let me see if I can actually bring up the video. I don't know if I can. I'm going to try. I have it here. iTunes doesn't want to load it. So let me try it in Media Player. It's the venerable Windows Media Player, something I probably have never launched in like forever.
yeah.
Let's see here. Add to library. And well, I tell you what, why don't you talk about what we're going to do later this month in the beginning of our beta in February. What our goal is with that while I load up this video.
For sure, yeah. So, I mean, basically, we're getting ready to launch this beta app. So, we're going to be launching a page that people can sign up. What we did is we made a decision. We were trying to figure out if we wanted to have it completely open, like the existing platform has always been, or if this time we wanted to actually have it as a closed beta. And I think the closed beta won out in terms of just having a few select, not just a few, but we're gonna take signups and have some select publishers or content creators creating content. That way, we keep it super clean. We keep the content. Our goal is to have really good and great quality content within the new beta app, and have people who have been part of the project, who are really have been around. Even if you're new, it's fine as well. We're going to take submissions, but we're going to set that page up, take submissions for the new app, and then people can sign up and see if they can. We'll let them in as we don't have the process completely nailed down yet. We're trying to figure out how many people we want to let in, but we want to kind of test things, let people kick the tires, so to speak, and give us any feedback for the new app. So we'll be releasing that, and then people will be signing up. And I think that we might be sharing our roadmap today, Philip.
Yes, it's actually in the slide deck.
Okay. So then we'll kind of share our roadmap with you guys so you can see exactly what we talked about as a team as far as the steps. And people have been asking for the roadmap. So we went back and forth, and then we met with the developer team that we have that kind of, we threw some different changes in there in terms of tweaking some things and some timelines, but we all agreed on it. And so now that we have that, we want to share that with the community.
Yeah, I think we did have a great conversation with pretty much stakeholders and our influencers that joined us. We talked to the think tank, and we talked to several people in the community as well, several whales, and pretty much the majority of them wanted the closed beta for the new app. And I think it's actually a really good idea. Now, minus when we say beta, this is just a quick invite to a very bare bones implementation of the new software. It'll have the timeline settings, the ability to post, comment, and reply. That's it. But a super smooth interface, super clean, easy to read, easy to use. And then throughout February, we'll be adding all the new features like groups and wallets and things like that back into it, so that people are able to, get that enhanced experience. And then in March and things like that, we actually open it up and it replaces what's on SoMee.social. Not the official launch, because that's not until later. But the whole goal of this closed beta right here is just to avoid a situation where we go ahead and just put it on SoMee.social and like something's broken. And it makes everybody mad. We don't want to make everybody mad. So we'll launch it on like beta.somee.social. Now I do have the video queued up here. Let me see if I can share it out. Let me share screen, application window. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Awesome sauce. So let me go back here. This was from our developer meeting yesterday. So this is the new web interface. I went ahead and I turned off all the audio. This
Okay.
is, I'll annotate it. You guys get to hear me talk for a little longer. This is our new web interface. It's very clean. It's very simple. And he's going to show us exactly how that looks. This is the new login screen. The whole benefit of this new process is that regardless of whether you're on web, whether you're on mobile, whether you're on tablet, whether you're using the mobile app, whatever, the interface is designed to be almost the same. And it is designed to adapt to whatever platform you're on. And the other cool part behind it is that it's also fully translatable. So if you don't speak English and you only speak Spanish or things like that, then you'll be able to view every single part of the website, with the exception of like the post content for right now, translated into your own language. The registration process is super simple. You can sign up and register all your information there. You can do a forgot password. I mean, it's all really clean. And this is, of course, what the basic new layout looks like. I said, very stark, very clean. He's like modern web 3.0, right?
Yeah, all responsive, really streamlined look and feel, really next level. So, we have our voting bar now, and you can see the voting power that you have. One of the comments at the post level was when people want to upvote, that a voting power bar would show up right at the post level. So that was one of the things that we brought up on yesterday's call, and that the developers will be implementing. So yeah, that'll be exciting. And now you don't have to always go back to your settings, profile settings or blockchain settings to adjust that. You can do it right at the post level.
Exactly. And what we're going about to see here is where Diego goes ahead and shows us what it looks like when we switch over to mobile layout. Right now we're in tablet/desktop layout. And this is what it looks like when you're in mobile layout. It's an instantaneous change, very easy to use. You have access to everything that you already had access to. You can see your posts and everything, and it's just super clean. You have access to all of your settings. As you can see, the settings have been revamped to be a little bit easier to use and more to understand.
Yeah, and tested. So like all the settings now, with the current app, we've had certain settings that didn't work exactly as intended, of course, and it's been buggy. So the devs really went through all of those to make sure that everything was implemented correctly and that everything's functioning properly to squash bugs and make it really streamlined and easy to use.
Yeah, we use a new process called, of course, test-driven development, and then we do automated tests and things like that. So anytime that we develop something, it's always tested before it's released, and then we do QA on it. So let's go ahead and show you kind of what the mobile interface looks like. So as you can see, the mobile interface really isn't that much different than the desktop interface. It's just minus that huge blue bar on the left. It's just basically the center thing here. And it operates exactly the same way. We will have this new quick start section here that's going to be interactive, showing you how to use the application, what you need to do, and all that good stuff. You can change your language. As you can see there, he was able to change his language, and it changed to a new language. If you change a language and it's not translated, then you'll still stay English. So if you switch to like Portuguese and we forgot to translate the word register, it'll say register while everything else is translated. So it's really user friendly. Let me see if I can skip to the content on the mobile view. There we go. So just like on the web, you notice the mobile view is pretty much identical. So the whole goal between our new mobile app as well as our new website and mobile responsiveness on the website is to kind of make the platforms the same. We want to make the user experience unified between all platforms that use it. So if we say, go to your profile and click here, you can do that on the web, you can do that on the mobile app, and there would be no confusion, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Just a note there, the logo at the top. I know that several of the people that have been part of these meetings that we've invited in to take a look have said, why so much real estate for the logo? And so we instructed the devs to just kind of reduce that. We don't need to put the big SoMee logo up there, so we're just going to reduce that down to our icon.
It'll be a smaller icon. We'll have a search bar up there, and we'll have a wallet address up there right at the top for you guys to be able to click on. Makes life a lot easier. But yeah, I mean, that's essentially our mobile interface. As you can see, it's landscape responsive as well. So whether you're portrait or landscape on your mobile device, it still operates. We also have tablet layouts as well, which are really, really nice. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing here. Whee! And close. Okay, there we go. We have a lot of chats and a lot of questions. People saying, that looks fantastic. It looks great. Yes, you're right, guys. It looks great. And it is super fast. It is so super fast because we've completely redesigned the back end of the system and the front end. It's just super quick. So is the quick start like a tutorial to walk you through the entire process? Yes, Kelly, it's designed to walk you through when you first sign into the application, you know, how to post, how to use your system. It's designed to teach you all of that. So that's the new one there. Let's go ahead and talk about, did you want to mention anything about the blockchain yet?
In terms of the blockchain, I think we don't have updates. I know that we're going to be turning it off, and I mentioned that. And we've extended, we were going to turn it off in the middle of the month, but we wanted to extend it to allow people as long as possible to generate rewards and to continue to cash out. So, and I know that I've seen some comments, people saying that, transactions are still getting hung up. And of course, that's still going to happen regardless. Our devs implemented a change or a check with the blockchain so that it would try 6 times to retry. But if Ethereum is getting congested or anything happens where Ethereum doesn't return the transaction is successful after our 6x retry, of course, there's going to be a fail. So what we did last weekend is we went back through all of the failed transactions, went back to all the people that were waiting on points. And AC did that, spent his weekend going through a big spreadsheet. So thank you, AC, for all your hard work, and for Philip as well, helping out so that we could get people paid in their points or in their ONG. And we have basically one dev that we give access to, to send balances. And so he worked through those. So, we got caught up on a lot of transactions, but, people are going to still get hung up from time to time. And it's just a nature of when Ethereum gets congested and they don't return a successful transaction. We did make sure that the balances were still there in the Oracle, of course, and refilled ETH a couple times. So we did our part. It's just that those things will happen, and that's why we're going to be disabling and implementing a system that actually doesn't have these things happen with all this complexity that Steam has.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's one of those situations where our queue system will always try to recheck and all that good stuff, and it rechecks 6 times, as you said, over a period of time. But we've had people that can do transactions like 10,000 SoMe points to ONG in 30 seconds, some like a minute, some like 2, and then all of a sudden the Ethereum network gets stuck and it takes 3+ hours for things to get done. Well, ERC20 has a limit. Once you hit that 3-hour mark, there is no hook that can be called. So there's no way for us to check that status automatically and see if it actually finished from any provider that we use. So sometimes the transactions will get stuck. And in that situation, we'll refund the points and you can do the transaction again. So yeah, it's one of those things. People really want to see your video, Chris. They hate it when you turn it off.
Oh, sorry about that.
Even Mark's like, bring back Chris.
I had it turned off for your screen share, so sorry.
Even Chris is like, bring back Chris, bring back Chris. You guys don't want to see me. I'm ugly, so you just look at Chris. He's awesome. So we have those changes that come into place. We'll deal with the stuck transactions as they happen. We'll refund the points as necessary. If you did a transfer from ONG to points and it didn't work for whatever reason, we'll probably just, figure out what we're going to do for you on an individual basis. And it takes time because we only have one person doing it because we don't want to give out the entire team access to the chain and all the security keys. So there's just one person doing all these refunds. So you're on the list. If you haven't been paid yet, you will be. But the new system has no issue with that. We'll deal with some of the other questions about this during our Q&A sections. Let's go ahead and move on here. As you guys know, I love the little blue link on the green background there. We did release our merch store. We've had hundreds of people ask for this. We promised to have it up and running. We talked about it in October and November, December. We talked about the merch store, and now we finally have it online. And you can visit that at store.somee.social. We toyed around with a few different providers. We've got a provider that actually works for us and has a lot of great designs on there right now. And one of the requests was to be able to get some cool little beta logos out there. So I developed this little SoMee glitch logo. What do you think?
I like it. I mean, I was just saying that it looks very cool, and I love having the multiple colors in there. And I saw those shoes that you put out; they looked really awesome. So we got some good feedback there too.
Yes, the shoes. Everybody talks about the shoes, which I guess is okay.
That was fun. Good job.
I mean, the shoes are nice and everything. Let me share my screen. Look, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the new store. We have a lot of stuff in here. We've got like the new trucker hat and all that. We even got socks, people. We have merch on everything, okay? We've got the glitch logo on some bags. We've got tons of shirts, stickers, and things like that. But just go to store.somee.social. You can come down here to shop now, and you'll literally see all of our designs on so many different things here. Like, so many. I think I made Bijo and Felix happy because I just put it on everything.
Yeah. They came up with a lot of great designs for the creative team, and obviously being able to offer all the different kinds of merch is great. People have been asking for it for a long time. I mean, we're not hyper focused, so it did take us a while to get this. We're not hyper focused on being a merch company, of course, but putting this together, my hat's off to Philip for getting this brought together, because it did take some time and some effort, but we wanted people to be able to, get some little items or merchandise items that they want. We are still, hyper focused on the app and, of course, the platform. Mm-hmm. I think I saw some questions in the chat about this, but people, we've had hundreds of people asking for it, so we finally now have this. Really glad to have this.
Just say it. We caved in and we made it. Just to let you guys know, anything with the glitch logo on it, if it's the glitch logo here, whatever, even if it's a shirt up there, once we're out of beta, these are removed from the store. So if you want to get a beta product, you might want to get them now. And we do have a secondary beta logo that will also be removed. This is our classic beta logo. So once we're out of beta, that gets removed as well. But very easy to use. It ships all throughout the world, anywhere between 5 and 7 days usually. So quite easy. Just shop what you want and let us know if you want something that we don't have, which would be a surprise because literally, look, we have everything.
Yeah, good job.
All right, we're going to move on to the next section here. We have limited time, so we'll move on. All right. Ta-da! Everybody's been asking, where's your roadmap? Where's your roadmap? We've been asking since June of last year. Look, people, a roadmap. Ta-da!
Yeah. This has been great, and like I said, we met with all of our team, had a team meeting, and really talked about each part of this. So everybody agreed on this timeline.
So this timeline is very specific. We're doing our development with our development team, having feedback on where the roadmap actually goes. So when we talk about video research, video beta, video RC, ad share implementation, where the admin centers and all that good is, this is what the development team has come up with and said that they're going to do. And so we'll include this first half of the roadmap for everybody to see after this meeting. We'll probably put it in the main Telegram chat. We might even post it on the SoMee official group in SoMee.social so you guys see it. But this will be officially posted on our developer blog today. And if there's any changes to the roadmap, you guys will see those changes on the developer blog. Now, did you want to talk about any specific item in here, Chris?
Well, one of the important things that we talked about for our app that's with the new design and everything streamlined was the fact that we really needed to have video, and it was really important to have, you know, short video clips or some kind of native video.
Oh
So
my God, you're not going to make me show that video, are you?
I'm not going to make you.
I mean, I've got it queued up. If you want me to show it, I will show it.
I mean, if you'd like to, I'm sure that the community would love to see it and see the filters and stuff. But that was just one thing that I wanted to bring up, that it's, you know, it's super important for us that we have these video, you know, elements to it. So as Philip will show you, this is what we have that will be implemented so that people can upload the video clips and have the filters and everything within the app.
It's a little slow. Look, this is running on my local computer when we were doing the testing. Yes, this is me. This is ugly Philip. Just bear with it. You'll see him. He turns into a what did I turn into? I turned into the Statue of Liberty. I turned into in this one.
So yeah, that's right.
Interesting. So you'll be able to apply filters. Look, you got the I love you filters on there. You got little bees around my head. Guess I was wearing the right color shirt for that day. Look, I'm the Statue of Liberty. You'll be able to do stickers and filters. You'll be able to auto do things, interactive stuff as well. So that is something that we're implementing directly into the application, whether it's on the web, whether it's on the mobile. This is one of the video things that we'll be putting in. This isn't the only video thing we're putting in. We're still working on the live streaming of video as well, so that if you're doing games or, you know, if you want to just broadcast yourself at your friend's party, we're working on that as well. And then, of course, we're working on the chat implementation, which also includes video conferencing. So lots of video work, people. But let me just go ahead and stop sharing this so my ugly face is off of everybody's screen.
No, you don't have an ugly face, Philip. Come on.
But we'll go ahead and post a link to the developer blog as asked after the meeting here. But that is our main goal. And one of the things that we always do in the AMAs is talk about marketing as well. Our marketing plan is multi-level here. We talk about small marketing campaigns right now, getting selected influencers in, having their people start bringing in the people into the beta, as well as the SoMee Social website, building out the presences there. Then we talk about the social media ramp in February, March, and April, where we're actually ramping up marketing on social media, using third-party social media websites to bring more traffic in. Then we start pushing our affiliates and our influencers to come in to start bringing people in. And then we start doing our major marketing. So I know one of the questions from everybody is, what is our marketing plan? You guys can't really miss it. It's there now.
Yeah, right. No, we're really excited to to get these phases out and then to have the new features that are developed. So everything's going to be streamlined and done in a way that's really clean and really streamlines our process and makes the community happy with a bug-free app. And then once we see all this come together, we have in the meantime have had influencers and a lot of folks that are registering. We're not announcing everybody, so you'll see them trickling in and creating profiles. And we're really excited that, once we say go, that we have all these influencers and social media, micro influencers and major influencers that are going to be really helping with that major marketing push. So,
all right, well, we've already spent quite a lot of time in here, so we only have 30 minutes left for our Q&A. You and I are pretty good at doing this intro thing and getting a good Q&A session going up here. Usually we go long, but we always get it within 30 minutes, so we're good. So let's go to the next section here and go to our SoMee chat, fireside chat with the awesome Chris. We have some questions here in chat. The developer blog, let me just post a link to that here for everybody. It is bit.ly.somedevs. There is the developer blog link. We do all of our development questions on there. You can always ask us questions on it as well. Oh, they want a link to the store. Let me put that in there too. Store.somee.social. That was a pretty easy link. All right, so let's look at the questions here. Chris.
Yeah.
Any news on the swaps? Are they working?
Yes. We already said that they're basically working. So, like I said, from time to time, they will fail, but we basically will either refund the points or, clear the transaction. It's just a nature of this blockchain integration with Ethereum. We've done our part where we've coded a 6x retry. We make sure the Oracle has a balance. There's ETH in there. One thing that I would note is that when you're going in, we did code a feature in to where you could actually choose the speed of the transaction. So obviously, a faster transaction is going to be a higher gas fee, but those have a higher chance of going through. So if you go in and always choosing the slowest speed, just know that if it doesn't get picked up by Ethereum, that's going to come back to us. But the next version of what we have coming is going to streamline a lot of these things for us so that we don't have these issues moving forward.
So the next question is, will we have to create new accounts and start from scratch on the new app, or will all the infos and settings be imported?
I believe that all of the info and the settings will be imported. So we're going to bring everybody's accounts over. Correct me if I'm wrong, Philip.
Oh, no, there's no reason to correct you. You're absolutely right. We don't want everybody to recreate their stuff and lose all their posts. Oh, that would be a nightmare.
Yeah, exactly.
New platform. Yeah, guys, this is just a new interface. Makes it faster, makes it easier for you to use, and all of your stuff will still be there. All your settings will still be there. Your wallets will still be attached. It's just that we want you guys using the new platform because it's faster, better, and more secure. So that's all there is to that. Let's project the next question. It is, will SoMee have their own card to earn in and spend on with?
It's our intention. We've talked to a couple of partners that have a card that we can integrate with, and then basically load people's balances on a card where they can spend it in real places. So that's definitely something on the roadmap that we're working towards. But we obviously want to focus on getting the new design and the new app out first, scaling that, marketing that, and then adding features like that later on.
Yep, I love that awesomeness. I would love to have a little blockchain credit card.
Yeah, I mean, why not? It makes sense, right? How exciting would that be to be able to, you just see that somebody upvoted you and you earned some rewards, and now you're able to, buy dinner or buy a coffee. It's just exciting to be able to see that instantaneous.
You mentioned coffee every time we talk about SoMee.social, but it turns out that the first thing I did with my first initial rewards was buy a cup of coffee with it. So
there you go.
You're not too far off the beaten track on it.
Okay. Yeah, everybody loves their coffee, I think.
So Inigo asked, governance throw for the ONG token would be really decentralized, or will governments have its limits? Projects which attract capital have real decentralized governments where the company isn't in control of it. So how will governance work with the new token?
Yeah, that's our goal, to be completely decentralized. So basically giving up the control to the community. And we're working towards that, to not only fully decentralizing the network, but decentralizing the whole structure and the governance, so that everybody, has a say in that. So it takes time to implement these changes, but that's where we're headed for sure.
And we had a long, protracted conversation with the SoMee official Telegram group. I think it lasted almost 2.5 hours, where I was sitting here projecting how we would do governance, what it would look like, and why we would go about that way. And it's everything from excuse me, proposing ideas to proposing features to voting on them to ratifying them to implementing them. So when we say governance, we're not saying, oh, this is something we'd like to do, and the company goes, no, it's actually something that we're going to have a real decentralized way and a fair and democratic way for people to vote on where the actual project goes, what gets implemented, and all that good stuff in the future.
Absolutely. It's really important, guys, because obviously, you know why, with all the issues that we're having with these centralized companies. And, it's important for us to implement those changes. So we are very focused on it, and we're getting there. So it's going to take some time, but we'll get there.
Cool. Next question from Caesar Silva. New token release, is it ONG? And if so, what impact will it have on wallets currently holding ONG?
Yeah. So, the new token, once we release it, everyone's been calling for a new ticker for quite some time. And so that's why we're going to replace the ONG with a new token, new ticker. And it'll, for all intents and purposes, it will, you'll be rewarded with that. If you go in and make the form selection, you'll double your holdings, your G Fuel, and your voting power on the new app when the time comes to release that. And then it'll function a lot like the existing ONG token does, just with a different name.
Cool beans. So Kelly had a question. I had a question asked about how we are going to address Autobots for upvoting and comment so this won't mess up rewards. Can you address that, please? Actually, Kelly, I will by going back one slide. So as everybody sees here at the very bottom in the blue area, we have an admin area development, a compliance area development, and automated AI development. And some of these are actual requirements. We have to, as a social media platform, regardless of where we are in the world, have an admin and compliance area where we have to make sure that the content on the site is acceptable content. It can't be, plotting to overthrow governments, extreme violence, showing dead bodies to everybody. We can't have that. So there is a compliance center in there. And part of the automated AI tools that we have is to be able to check for irregular behaviors of users to make sure that, we don't have bot rings and we don't have scripted sessions in there creating posts and upvoting this and that and that. So we do have plans to put that in there. It just takes a while to develop that information.
That's right. Yeah, we're thinking very, intuitively about that, and we realize those things are going to happen. People can write scripts, Python scripts, and so forth to automate these upvote rings, and so we have tech coming that will enable us to detect and stop those types of behaviors. So, it's got to be a fair system, right? We can't let people come in and manipulate it, and there's always going to be people that try. But we are developing solutions to that for sure.
Mm-hmm. So Ravi asks, are we on track for IEO in March? Are you going to conduct IEO after tokenomics is finalized?
Yeah. So if we release an IEO, then we would have to release that with, with the new token that release. So we would have to have everything ready to go and in place or about there. So we're still working through those things. We don't know if we'll necessarily have an IEO. I know it's our intention. We were talking to some folks, putting some feelers out there in terms of, doing that. So we're still kind of weighing those options because it's a big decision, and it would make us or require us to wait to release the new token in terms of releasing it all at one time during or after an IEO. So we have to see how things line up, and there's a lot of dependencies in there, and we want to do what's best for the community and for the company too. So we're kind of weighing all the options right now.
Cool beans. As of yet, but we will let everyone know once we make a decision in response to the IEO. I'm trying to answer every question as they come up.
Good job.
Next question is from Simon. Will there be an ability to upload 30-minute video, or is it just going to be a short 30-second TikTok? Now, as I said during the promo, we have the primary ability to do those 30-second clips and things like that, like Vine and TikTok and Snapchat. But we are working on longer video, the ability for you to post videos like you can do on other social media, the ability for you to link to video hosted on other websites, the ability for you guys to live stream video on the platform, and the ability for you guys to have video teleconference. So the answer to the question is yes. It'll be longer than 30 seconds. Initially, probably not until we implement each stage. We'll probably start with the short 30-second clips and then implement each one after that. But video is a big thing, and it's something that's missing from the platform that we really want to put into place. Let's go to...
Yeah, I mean, that was the big conversation that we had, that we have to have our video. So immediately we'll have the short videos, and then, you know, in the midterm, we'll have a solution for longer video segments.
Mm-hmm. So one of the other questions here comes from Inigo, sorry. What plans for integrating DeFi tools? What tools will you use? Are you going to do OTC trading? What do you want to talk about in regards to DeFi, boss man?
I mean, we have a plan for DeFi, and obviously, as you decentralize things, we want to add those elements into the app, and we have, you know, we can't really release the information on it yet, unfortunately, but it's pretty exciting what we have planned, and it could take DeFi to a whole new level, because now you're combining the power of social media with a DeFi element to it, and that's pretty exciting. So when we've showed people our DeFi ideas, they got pretty excited. So I think it's a pretty game-changing idea, but it's still in development, and we still want to get further down the development of it to actually release the idea and the feature. So you have to wait.
You have to wait, yes. Caesar was asking about the roadmap. We already talked about it. I'll release it after this, so we're going to skip that question. We have another question from Philip Moons. Will it be possible to swap the new token directly into G Fuel, and how long will it take to swap back?
Right. So the answer is yes, because right now we allow you to we allow you to purchase the points. So the only function of the token is just to purchase the points, which then power up. So it's really, in essence, going to be the same process. And as far as powering down back to the points, which in essence swap 1-to-1 for the token, it's the same process. So I believe it's 13 weeks to power down fully. So it's about 3 months to fully power down.
Cool beans. So Joshua Bill asks regarding the roadmap, when will we see the first wave of influencers bringing people onto the platform? Look, I keep going back to the previous slides here. And so we talk about affiliate pushes in March. And we talk about the minor social beginnings in February and January. So our influencers are already bringing people to the platform now, but we're not going to do hard pushes with them until about the March, the April, and the May areas, with the official pushes, yeah, whatever. The official pushes when we begin major marketing. If I could talk today, this would be brilliant.
It's the end of the month, man, and I can't, like we were saying before the call, we can't believe how fast this January went, and everybody's heads are still spinning from 2020. So understood.
So Joshua has actually a very good question that a lot of people have asked. You know, we are a utility token, so this question is a little interesting, because people like to, take that token off the platform, put it on exchanges, trade it over there and things like that, which is a little interesting to do with utility tokens these days. So Joshua asks, what will happen to existing ONG tokens on MetaMask or other wallets when you release the new token?
Well, we don't control that. So the token will still exist out there. And as the governance mechanisms come into play, people will be able to use the ONG for, we'll reshift the focus towards the governance mechanism. So they'll still be able to do exactly what they want to do, obtain the token and then use it for different purposes. So now, instead of using a utility token to buy points, they'll be able to use a utility token to implement governance mechanisms.
Cool beans. We had a question from Kelly again. We love it when Kelly asks questions because she asks a lot of them. When will video be implemented? I think I should just stay on this slide.
Yeah, just keep it on this slide.
So we're doing the video research in January 2021, which is where we got that preview coming from. We've got development happening through February and March, with video beta happening in April. So it actually appears on the main social website during the open beta, and then the release coming in May. So that's where the video side comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back to the questions that we have sitting here. Ad share in June. Any plans for a beta or first look of the ad share side of the house?
Yeah, definitely. We will release the ad share implementation in beta with some key partners, and then basically allow that process to be tested. And I believe that we've shared some snapshots of what that looks like in the past. It's been a while because we've had that in queue for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can probably queue that up for the next AMA if you want to do that, Philip, and we'll go back and grab some of those clips.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. Let's project Daniel's question here. Will the new token be 1-to-1 with points cashing out, or will they be a different ratio?
Yeah, so we're going to keep the same ratio. So basically, 1-to-1 is the ratio. Now, what we've always said is if we end up changing that in any way, that we would give a 90 days notice of whatever changes we would propose. And, we could even put that out to a vote so the idea in the future is that if there's any changes to the ecosystem, obviously with governance, that the community gets to participate in those decisions. So until we hand those decisions off fully, we would just give notice of any plan changes and get feedback, and then implement changes from there. But yeah, the intention is just to keep it as it is now.
So Caesar asks, a little bird told me that SoMee might be considering doing something with Cardano. Is it true, or did the bird eat poisoned grains?
We're obviously looking for larger ecosystem providers like Cardano that have developed very thoughtful tools for decentralized social media. So we would love to do something with Cardano or maybe some other projects out there. We don't have anything to confirm. So the little birdie is definitely okay to say something, because we have we have looked into Cardano, but we don't have anything official to announce at this time.
Good job, Chris.
He's not eating poison seeds. It's still okay, but yeah.
I love our community. They word things so fun, don't they?
They do.
Tomer, I'm not going to even try on the last name, asks, can you make a better way to filter spam or to get priority notifications?
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's being done in our new release.
Being done in the new release. That's all we're going to say on it, because that's all the information we have on it. But yes, the notifications, the timeline, the news feed, the rewards, all of that will be optimized in the new system. You'll have the ability to turn on and off notifications for specific users and specific groups, all sorts of new stuff that's coming out there.
It'll be much more intuitive, and I think where we're heading with this is that you can have much more granular curation of your content. So obviously right now, with the network that we had in beta, of course there's a lot of spam, because anytime people are earning from a post, they're spamming in there, right? So even our SoMee official channel is full of spam, and we haven't really focused on a lot of the moderation. We've allowed things just to kind of flow with the beta. But with the new system that's coming, it's really important for us that not only you as creators can connect with the people that you want and consume the content that you want, but also that we have better moderation tools, right? Because we don't want just a bunch of spam inside, and so we want to de-incentivize actually spam as well. So we're thoughtfully introducing tools that implement that. It just takes time for us, as we had to pick and choose our battles as we go. But that's definitely high on the list.
Cool beans.
Yeah.
Worley asked a question. We always hear from Worley in every AMA. Will there be a separate messenger? If not, will there be notifications on the new app for the messenger? If you don't mind, Chris, I'll answer that.
Yeah, go for it.
So yes, we are actually completely changing the messaging service on SoMee.social. Whether we're going to do that as our own platform or whether or not we're going to take Telegram up on their offer to implement Telegram as our messenger service, we haven't fully decided. But ultimately, we would love to be able to do something very similar to Telegram for SoMee.social, where it's embedded directly into the website so that you guys can send destructive messages, encrypted messages on the platform, video and voice conferencing all through a single thing, and make it actually integrated with the platform, but you can access it off of the platform as well. We haven't really come to a full decision on that yet. We will be doing the secure chat replacement in July, so we have plenty of time to think about it. And we probably will ask the community some information on that as well.
Yeah. Good job.
We may do Telegram or another, but we'll announce it soon. I probably should have said all that while typing at the same time.
Right.
Chris, we have one question left. That's never happened to us.
I know.
Mike asks, the form said there will be a way to swap ONG one-to-one with the new token outside of the platform. Is that correct?
Exactly. Yeah. So, if people want to hold their ONG and then get the new token later, it'll be really easy for you just to send in the ONG and we'll credit you with the balance one-to-one with the new token.
Great. You know what? We have 3 minutes left. And we have 40 people. That's 10 people over registration in here. No questions sitting in the question box. This is your chance to ask me as the lead project guy for development and all that good stuff, and Chris, the CEO, whatever questions you want to ask. It could be anything from development to just a weird off-the-wall question. You get 2 minutes of pure AMA from both of us. Ask us whatever you want. This could be dangerous, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a question.
Fun part of AMAs.
Wow, we got 3 questions all at one time. The price of the new ticker will depend on us, Alexander wants to know.
Yeah, I mean, those are all dependent upon the market, right? So with the token that's just utility based, even though it's out there on the market, we're going to release it, and and then once more users come into the platform and it becomes more desired by the market, that will impact the levels of the price. So it's supply and demand kind of type of thing.
Simon asked, the new beta is in the next few weeks. Am I right? Yes, you are right. Probably by the 12th of February, if not sooner, is when we're trying to get the beta out for everybody. And let's go to another question here, because now we have more questions. Will the team initiate a burn on ONG?
We already initiated a burn on ONG. We burned half the supply early on, which we, actually hindsight looking back, wish that we didn't, because the supply that we originally had issued was actually perfect for this phase of beta. But I think it's okay. But the ONG itself, I know there's been different talks. I've seen some different discussions about burning and burning down the token supply. It's not out of the question. It just has to make sense for the community and for the company if we would end up doing that with a governance token.
All right, and then let's take a look at Are there any good questions to ask? Because we are almost out of time here. Here we go. Worley. There are upcoming blockchain social media platforms as well being built. I hope SoMee releases their app and rolls out all the features before the others. I have faith in SoMee. I love ending things with no question.
Yeah, thank you, Worley. No, we appreciate the community's faith, and we've obviously been working super, super hard for many years, and made multiple pivots, a lot of adjustments. Things haven't been perfect. That's why, we decided or made the difficult decision to kind of rebuild a lot of the back end, front end elements, which, early on we had challenges with developers that, many projects do. And, we had to overcome those and then pivot and make things really streamlined. But we're in a good place where we have a really great foundation now. That's, the new design and the new app, everything from web to mobile, responsive, built from the ground up, automated testing, everything done state of the art on React Native code base. The past developers, who will remain nameless, that were brought in through an advisor, unfortunately didn't deliver that type of experience for our community. So we had to make a hard decision on what we were going to do. But all through it, the community has stayed faithful. I know it's been a bumpy road, and I don't know if you've ever seen that picture that people post online called the startup curve. But it kind of takes you through all these different ups and downs, and there's a big valley in there called the Valley of Depression that they called it, and then you start to come out of it and get market traction, and people really start joining your app. We believe that this app will really bring a lot of people and get a lot of interest and be an app that people always want to use. We have some secret features that are coming that we didn't announce today that will give you the ability to really engage. You will want to engage for all the users, and not only just the regular features that you're going to want to engage with, but some of these secret features that will really boost that engagement. So it's exciting to see all of that come together, and to having overcome a lot of the difficult things that were challenges early on in the project. So we think that this will take us to a whole new level, and then we can scale it, right? Everything will be ultra fast, scalable. The bugs will be squashed. So we envision that we'll be able to achieve that together, and really glad that this community has been with us along this ride.
Agreed. So that kind of brings us to the end of our AMA. We want to thank absolutely everybody for joining us. We still do have questions sitting in the question queue. Don't worry, those questions will be answered. They will be included into the question log that we post on the developer blog for this session. The one thing that we want to say to absolutely everybody is we appreciate you coming out here. Pretty much consistently every single month we have like 30 to 50 people register, and we always have way more people show up than register, which is totally awesome. And we want to remind everybody that SoMee is that voice for absolutely everybody out there. While we talk about monetization on social media, we're not just a blockchain project. We're that free speech social media where everybody has a fair voice, not just one side or any other side. And in today's climate where privacy is so important and where free speech is paramount, even in places in like Egypt where they don't talk about free speech that often, they're talking about it now. We're that one project that can actually make that happen for everybody. So stay with us. Thank you for joining us today. And we'll look forward to seeing everybody again in our next AMA on February 27th.
Everybody. Thanks a lot, Philip.